Welcome to Business Law class. You look at Unit 3, which is on vitiation factors, specifically Section 1, the introduction to vitiation factors in contracts. By the end of this session, you should be able to define vitiation factors, identify the vitiation factors in contracts. Now, we are saying that vitiation factors are those factors that spoils or destroy the contract or that invalidates the contract. So any element that makes the contract invalid is a vitiating factor. We are saying that the vitiating factors negate or affect the genuineness of the contract. It means that the vitiating factors negate the consent of the parties. Whenever there's a vitiation factor, it means that the consent that was obtained by the other party was invalid. Now you should understand that the vitiation factors has the capacity to affect the validity of the contract. Now, whether or not a contract is valid will also depend whether or not the contract contains or was affected by any vitiating factor. So, technically speaking, a vitiating factor may make a contract either void or voidable or enforceable. Let me try and explain these key terms. When it is void, it means that the contract is not in existence. It doesn't exist. When it is voidable, it means that the contract exists, but one party can take steps to set the contract aside. For unenforceable contracts, the contract may be valid, but for the purpose of public policy, the contract will not be enforced. Now, some authors have tried to discuss or explain what we mean by those terms. So I explain what we mean by voidable. That's what Professor Bonsinso was explaining here. We also explain void. I just also explain unenforceable contract. So unenforceable contract is a contract. It's a contract. This is of that the courts are not interested in whether or not there was a contract. So as I said, on grounds of public policy, it will not be enforced. A typical case is the case of Cassie versus Chairman. Now, when there is a vitiating factor, the innocent party be entitled to remedy. And some of the remedy here is that the person can rescind the contract. You can also sue for damages, so rescission damages, depending on the type of breach. You should understand that the main vitiating factors in contracts or contract law include misrepresentation when you do someone to enter into a contract, mistake when someone makes a mistake and the parties are aware, undue influence when one person, a powerful person, tries to take undue advantage over the weaker person, duress when one person or a party threatens or forces the other person to enter into a contract illegality and public policy when the contract is illegal, contract to kill, unconscionability, that the contract is made by someone with a lower bargaining power and one with a weaker bargaining power. The price being paid to the contract doesn't commensurate the subject matter. Thus, a person has taken undue advantage, so the contract will be declared unquestionable. All these elements have their own effects. You will discuss these vitiating factors in details in the subsequent sessions. Session summary. In this session, we identified a vitiating factor of a contract as anything, or we define a vitiating factor of a contract as anything that affects the validity of the contract, and we also indicated that there are also vitiating factors. Thank you and have a nice day.